Good Tuesday morning, everyone. Schuyler Callihan here on Between the Ears, and tough loss last night for the Mountaineers, 94-90 in overtime to Kansas State. Looked like it was going to be another big time loss, another game that probably would have went to 35, 40 point deficit, similar to the Texas game earlier in the year. But just when you thought it was just another game heading in that direction, this team fights, claws, and scratches its way all the way back to not only get back in it, but even take the lead for a little bit. Game goes to overtime. They ended up losing, as I noted, but 31-9 run to end the game. That's incredible. Over the course of the year, there's been a lot of, I don't know what to really call it, animosity, maybe towards Josh Eilert. There's a lot of frustration. And in a way, I understand it because the team is not very good. But here's the thing. We go all the way back to the summer when all this crap transpired between Huggins, players hitting the portal, him going through the coaching search with Ren Baker along with others, and having to find guys late in the process. I mean, they had to pluck a kid from Israel in August to add to the team. I mean, it was, I think a lot of people just truly forget how difficult that situation that he was thrown into was and still is. Just because they've got the full boat back doesn't mean that he should be judged or viewed differently for his job. And again, I'm not saying that he should be the head coach moving forward. I believe that this all along was always going to be a one-year plan. I never thought there would be a scenario in which Josh would get the job full time unless he made some miraculous run where they got to the tournament, they made it pretty deep, but that was probably never going to happen. Even if everything went correctly for them. They didn't have a Kirk Reese suspension. They didn't have all the injuries and eligibility issues. It still probably would have been tough because it was his first year on the job. And that's what I want people to remember. Let's stop disrespecting the guy because he was thrown into a firestorm. He had to put this team together in late June, in July, in August. And that's something that nobody else has ever had to do. The adversity that he has been through is something that no other coach has been through in the history of college basketball. One thing after another. You think that you get past the Huggins situation, you kind of get your team figured out, kind of get into calmer waters, and then it's the Kirk Reese suspension. Then it's a cook. And then it's Raekwon and Noah Farrakhan's eligibility battle. And then it's Jesse Edwards breaking his wrist. It's non-stop. And when you put this team back together and they've got all their pieces, but it doesn't happen until conference play, in the middle of conference play, it's still not going to be the product that you want. This is the toughest conference in college basketball and has been for years, from top to bottom. There's not another league that even comes remotely close to competing with the Big 12. Analytics back that up. So to figure out how each other plays in the middle of the toughest conference in college basketball, good luck. Good luck. You should be doing that in non-conference against the teams that they were losing to earlier in the year. But they were trying to figure out what guys to even go to. They had 6 guys. Technically 7, but they had 6 guys. That's a tough deal. This is a man, and look, and for those that I get the frustration with how the end of the game on Saturday against Iowa State was handled because they could have clearly fouled and extended that game a little bit. I don't know what happened there. I really don't. But let's not act like Josh Eilert doesn't care about West Virginia. Let's not act like this is just him just trying to get through the year and go somewhere else. He wants this job. Even though they're 9-19, he wants this job. I mean, he has been with this program for 16, 17 years. This has become his second home, his home away from home. He loves this program. He's put a lot of time and effort into it, and he wants to be a part of getting this program back to its glory. We can't just crap on the guy because he was thrown into a situation that we all knew he was set up to fail in, and then oh no, he's failing. Would you look at that? Let's get mad at him. No, we need to calm down. We, meaning, well, I shouldn't say me, but the fan base needs to calm down and just let this man just do his thing. If they don't win another game, so be it. That's just the luck of the draw for this year, for this season. This isn't going to be a repetitive thing. He put this team together months after everybody else put together their final pieces in the portal. So why are we surprised? Why are the fans surprised that the product that you're seeing right now isn't that good? You shouldn't be. Everyone said it. The moment the Huggins thing went down, where he officially and he and the school officially parted ways, this was going to be the reality, regardless of who stepped in and took this job. And that's why I give Ren Baker a crap ton of credit for going the interim route versus doing an accelerated search and making a quick hire. Because one of two things. One, you're going to have this type of season anyway. You're bringing a new coach and a new coaching staff. Those guys don't really know what's here. They don't know what's existing. You probably don't even keep what they already had or what they were able to keep. That's not just the four that were left over. I'm talking about Jesse Owens and Kirk Risa and so on and so forth. You don't have those guys. You really don't have anything. So you're going to have this type of season regardless. Second of all, you're committing to somebody for multiple years that you're really not even all that probably sure about or know much about, where he's had over a year now to gather information and speak to other people and get a good grasp of who's a good fit and who's not. Making that decision on a whim is never good. So credit to Ren on that. But again, back to Josh. Let's show the man some respect. I understand you don't have to respect his decisions. You don't have to respect his rotations. You don't have to respect his sets. You don't have to respect any of that. But as a human being, as a person, show the man some respect. He's put in a lot of work. He's put in a ton of time here at West Virginia. He's been a part of some very successful years at WVU. He's had a part in it. Press Virginia, Javon Carter, the final 4 years. I mean, come on. He's been a part of this staff one way or another. You throw a guy into a situation like the one he was put into, just a regular coach, an experienced coach, one that's been a head coach before, and they still will struggle. I guarantee it. But you put a guy in there that's never been a head coach, and has really only been on the coaching side for, a very small portion of his career. This is what you're going to get. And that's okay. It's a 1-year thing. This is an anomaly. This is not going to be, again, something that happens year in and year out. And the way these guys fight, I mean, they could have easily given up. They could have easily threw in the towel on Monday in Manhattan. They were down 25 and could have said, it's just another one of those nights. They didn't. They battled back. And for a team that's been through as much as they've been through and have the record they have nothing to play for. Let's be real. Not at this point, at least. Maybe here in a couple of weeks when the conference tournament comes around. Right now, they don't have anything. These wins don't mean anything. But for them to care that much and continue to fight and battle, that says a lot. And again, I'm not vouching, so don't take this wrong. I'm not angling this in a certain way. I'm not trying to vouch for Josh to get the job. All I'm asking is that the fans just put a little respect on Josh in his name. Again, he's done a lot for this program. 16 plus years. Yet we're only getting to see this. The sample size people are judging from is just this year's sample, which is very, very small. And it's a very tough situation. But they don't take into account what he did in 2023 and beforehand. So that's all I'm asking. That'll do it for me here today on Between Eers. I'm Schuyler Callihan. Make sure you click that subscribe button and give us a like on YouTube at Mountaineers Now. And give us a follow on X while you're at it at the same handle. We'll be back here with another episode tomorrow of Between Eers.